Hello, my name's Abbe. I'm a physiotherapist and Pilates instructor. Today I am doing a standard warm-up for Pilates. This is suitable for anybody of any ability and it's particularly helpful just to get everything moving before you get on the floor and do a mat work session. So we're going to start with one of these balls. I'm using this today because I know lots of people have got these at home already, but you don't have to use a spiky prickle ball. You can use a tennis ball or any small ball. We're just going to roll out the plantar fascia on the bottom of the foot. So we're just putting a decent amount of pressure through, building up a bit of friction and just loosening up the tight tissue that can form on the bottom of the foot. So if you want to do this for a bit longer than I am, then you can pause the video and just carry on. So make sure you do both feet. Just going to spend a couple of minutes rolling out. So really working from the heel to the ball of the foot and back again. It's a bit of a balance challenge for some people as well. Okay, so once you've done forward and back a few times, we're going to do side to side. So I want you to plant the heel behind the ball. We're going to relax the front of the foot over the front of the ball and we're just going to roll side to side. So you're curling the foot over the top of the ball, pivoting on the heel. So you're trying to get your little toe down to the floor and then the big toe. So it's really curling over the top of the ball rather than skimming across the top. And we're going to do the other side. So you might feel some little clicks and crunches in the foot and that's okay. It's just loosening up all those little bones in the front of the foot, giving each joint a little bit of a stretch. Okay, so once we've done that for a little while, we're going to plant the heel back behind the ball again and we're going to give ourselves a bit of a calf stretch. So I want you to keep your back heel on the floor, I want you to make sure you've got your balance and we're going to step past the ball. You're going to keep that back heel on the floor so we get a nice stretch through the back leg. So you're keeping the knee nice and straight, you're standing nice and upright, we're just going to hold it for a few seconds and then we're going to step back. And then we're going to do it again, but we're going to go a little bit further. So this time a little bit further as we step through. Keep that heel on the floor, keep the knees straight, squeeze the bottom cheek on that back leg as well. Make sure you're not leaning forward, you can have your hands out here if you need it. And then we're going to step back. And then last one on this side, we're going to go as far as we feel we can. So stepping all the way past, really challenge yourself to go as far as you can. You can keep a bit of distance between the feet, so keep your balance. Nice and upright, squeeze the bottom cheek on the back leg. Nice straight back knee, and then we're going to bend the front knee a little bit if you can. If you've got any more to give, any more stretch to find, and hold it for a few more seconds. And then we come back, and then we change sides. So, heel planted behind the ball again, back leg nice and straight, heel stays down, and we step through. Not very far to start with, just feel that stretch, nice gentle stretch on the back calf. And then we'll step back. And then a little bit further. So a bit more of a challenge on the balance as well. Heel stays down, remember straight back knee, squeeze the bottom cheek on the back leg. Make sure your pelvis is pointing forwards as well. We don't want any twisting because it takes the stretch off. And then back. And then as far as we can on this side. So all the way through, straight knee, engage your glutes, your bottom cheek, nice and upright. Hold it for a few seconds. And then we're going to bend that front knee as well if there's anything left. So we should be getting a nice stretch all the way through the back leg now. Okay, and then we're going to step back and then we will get rid of the ball for now. Okay, and then we're going to find a nice postural position. So I want you to find a hip width distance for your feet. So nice parallel, make sure your toes are pointing forwards. Your knees need to be nice and soft. So just make sure you're not locking them out. We're keeping a little bit of a bend there. Pelvis needs to be in neutral. So we want to rock the pelvis backwards and forwards and find that midway. So halfway between your pelvic tilt, and that's where we're going to let the pelvis settle. That keeps the pelvis and the lower back in a nice neutral position. Now we want to think about shoulder position now. So we're thinking about anchoring down and back with those shoulder blades. Your head's floating up like a helium balloon. You want a nice big distance between your ears and your shoulders. And we're relaxed through the chest. And then we're going to think about core muscles now. So in Pilates, we want to make sure we're holding those core muscles to keep us nice and safe through the lower back and the pelvis, all the way through the session, if possible. So I want you to think about lifting your pelvic floor. So just about 30%, it doesn't have to be anything dramatic. We want to hollow in those lower abdominals. So the portion between your pubic bone and your belly button, we want to just hollow back slightly without engaging anything above there. And we're going to keep that going, again, at about 30% while we go through these exercises. So we're going to float the arms up to start with, as if we're holding a big beach ball. Your hands are slightly lower than shoulder height. We're going to take a breath in and then exhale to go out into arm openings, eyes following that leading hand, and then inhale back in. And then we're going to go the other way. So we exhale out and inhale back in. We're keeping those core muscles working. We're trying to keep the pelvis pointing forwards as well. So all the twist is happening through the upper half. Lower half stays perfectly still. Really getting that nice stretch through the chest. We feel a little bit of tension between the shoulder blades. But making sure we keep the shoulders low all the way through. All right, last one. And then we're going to bring the arms back down again. All right, we're going to do the mermaid next. So we soften both knees. There's a little bit more of a bend there. We're going to reach down one side of the body, and we're going to stay in that side flexion while we circle across the body and up and over. So we're doing big, exaggerated circles as widely as we can comfortably. We'll do 2 more on this side. And then we're going to float back up again. And we'll go down the other way. So soft knees, reach down towards the floor and circle. So we're doing 5 big circles, really feeling a good side stretch as you reach as widely as you're able to. 2 more. Lovely. And then we'll float back up, right? Okay, so now we're going to do the upper back warm up. So I want you to, again, think through your posture, soft knees, pelvis in neutral, shoulders down, engage the core. We're going to interlace our fingers. And we're going to imagine we've got a shelf at kind of mid-thoracic around here, and we're going to be flexing the upper body over that shelf. The lower half stays in neutral. So we take a breath in and then exhale to curl the shoulders and upper back over that shelf and push out to 90 degrees. Take a breath in and exhale the rest of the way up, eyes following the hands, and inhale out to the side as we pull down and back with the shoulder blades. And then again. So we exhale down, breath in, and out, and in. And let's do that again. So making sure that the lower back stays in neutral, it's all the work is happening through the upper back. We make sure those eyes go all the way to the top, so we get full extension through the back. We'll do 1 more. So pulling down and back with the shoulder blades and down to the side. Okay, we're going to do some shoulder rolls. So we'll inhale up towards our ears, exhale down and back. So now big exaggerated circles with the shoulders, really feeling that connection to the muscles between your shoulder blades as you pull down and back. So we're inhaling up and exhaling down. All right, we'll do 2 more. Lovely, all right, and then relax the upper half. So that's the upper half warmed up a little bit, got a little bit more movement there, and now we'll work on warming up the lower half. So we're going to keep our feet at hip width. We're going to think through the posture again. So soft knees, pelvis in neutral, relax the shoulders, head up, engage those core muscles. We're going to pop our hands on our hips now, but make sure you're not hunching your shoulders up because of that. So we're still keeping them low. And we're going to do the foot series. So we take a breath in, and we exhale to come up with the heels, and then down with the knees. We inhale to drop the heels to the floor, and then come back upright again. So in, and out. Now we're making sure that those ankles point forwards. We're making sure that the knees don't come together. So we're keeping the legs parallel all the way through and not letting go of those core muscles. Now you can come a little bit deeper into the squat if you want to be a bit more challenged. You might get a bit shuddery, that's okay, it just means you're working hard. And then we're going to go the other way. So now we come down into the squat first, then we lift up the heels. Push up straight, and then down. So knees, heels, knees, heels. And again, you can come nice and deeply into it if you want to. Make sure you're not locking your knees out completely on the way back up, still keeping a little bit of softness there. Okay, we'll do 2 more this way around. Last one. Lovely. Okay, we're going to do the side reach now. So I want you to widen your stance a little bit, so a little bit wider than hip width now, and we want the feet pointing out at roughly 45 degrees. Now we're going to come down into a little kind of partial squat, but we still want to be nice and upright through the upper half, so I want you to tuck your tailbone under just a little bit so that we can stay nice and upright. And then you're going to get those core muscles working again, so pelvic floor, lower abdominals in about 30%, and then we're going to put our arms out to the side with the shoulders nice and low, and we're going to do the side reach. So when you're ready, we put hand on hip and reach away one side of the body, and then we come back down again. Reach away and back down. So we're exhaling out and inhaling back down. Now we're really lengthening through one side of the body at a time. So you're straightening the elbow, straightening the knee, pointing away the fingertips, pointing away the toes. Get that real lengthening through the side of the body. All the way down into the squat each time. And making sure that we come up nice and upright. So we're not leaning forward too dramatically. We're going to do 1 more each side. Okay, and then we'll pop our hands on our hips. And we're going to do some heel raises. Now we're going to stay nice and low into the squat, still nice and upright through the upper half, and then lift one heel, and then pop it back down again, and then we'll change sides. So what we're doing here is we're trying to keep the pelvis nice and still. So nice and level, we're not tilting left to right, we're keeping the upper body in the centre and completely still, so all the movement's happening in the lower half. So we have to move the ankle and the knee at the same time so that we don't end up raising a hip. Now keeping those core muscles working will help keep the pelvis nice and still. Now we're going to see if we can do it alternating simultaneously. So one goes up as the other goes down, makes it a little bit more tricky to keep still through the upper half. Coming nice and high with the heel each time. All right, 1 more each side. And then we're going to put both down. And we're going to see if we can lift both together, again, without scooching the whole body up in the air. So we lift, and then control it back down again. We're going to try that 5 times. Okay, 1 more. Good, and then you're going to come out and shake out your legs if you need to. Okay, right, so we're going to come back to hip width distance with the feet. Knees soft, pelvis in neutral. Relax the shoulders down, head up, engage those core muscles again. And we're going to do some roll downs now. So we're really going to articulate the spine as we roll forward. So we take a breath in and exhale to bring your chin to your chest, and then begin rolling down forwards. Knees stay soft, weight stays forward on the balls of your feet. And you're going to let yourself hang heavy and relax through the arms and through the upper back. And then you're going to gently sway left to right with the whole of the upper half. So we're hanging like a rag doll, swinging like a pendulum. And then we're going to gently come back into the centre, take a breath in, and then exhale. Tuck underneath and roll yourself back through, articulating the spine up, shoulders down, head up. Lovely. Engage the core again if you've lost it. Take a breath in, and then exhale. Chin to chest, and curling yourself forward. Now this time you're going to let your knees get as soft as you need to get your hands onto the floor. Then we're going to come down onto our knees gently. And we're going to finish there. So that's our warm up. Now you're down onto the floor ready to start your mat work.